So you put something out and it didn't work, or it didn't work as well. There may be a reason. Did you look at the spray volume on the label? Everybody looks at how much you need per 1,000 square feet. Well, it called for ½ ounce per 1,000. I had 8,000 square foot yard, put 4 ounces out. It was perfect, but it didn't work as well. Did you look at the volume? The volume is actually how much is actually coming out in total, water and product per 1,000 square feet. Some products are as low, I think I've seen as low as, almost quarter gallon per 1,000. I've seen as high as 4 gallons per 1,000 square feet. That is a tall order when you're talking about backpack sprayer, because you're going to have to go out with that backpack sprayer. If you're talking 4 gallons per 1,000 and you have 8,000 square feet, you're filling that thing up 8 times. That's a pain in the ass. Very few of them do. I think I've seen some insecticides go 4 gallons per 1,000, or at least that's what they're saying. Majority of stuff, as I've said in my other videos, usually goes out. A gallon usually covers you and you're in pretty good shape. So you can do 4 gallons of, and if you guys aren't doing this, it might be why you're having some problems. But a 4 gallon sprayer should do about 4,000 square feet. You have an 8,000 square foot yard, you're filling up twice. And this is why I looked at this Ortho dial spray. Did it for 2 reasons. One, you don't have to go back and fill up your backpack sprayer. And 2, this thing's less than 15. Well, it's definitely less than 20, and it usually floats around 15 bucks. It's cheap. I have it on my Amazon storefront, and this is another tool in the box. And it's the cost of a lunch. It's nice to have. So anyway, and it's actually very accurate. Now, there again, I go over my calibration video. We're going to talk about calibration a little bit today. But you got to get that volume right. And I'm going to mix 2 products. One of them is a hydro holder, which is a wetting agent that I am trying out. In my summer preparation video, if you guys check that out, I recommended, based on a golf course management article, I actually leave that down below, a study that they did on wetting agents. H2O Maximizer was just as good as the primer that I had used, what I said in my water management video last year, and what I have also said in my summer stress video. Primer is about one of the better wetting agents, and the H2O Maximizer was comparable as far as its performance. So therefore, I threw that one out to you, and it's $100 for 2.5 gallons, which is a big amount of product for you. Probably last you about 3 years, most guys, but it's only $100. So that's not too bad. And I try to be cognizant when I make recommendations for put something on my Amazon storefront. How big is the size, how much does it cost, and what's practical for you. Anyway, that's why I'm looking at this hydro holder to try it out first before I say, hey, do this, because I haven't seen any studies on it. The other product I'm putting out is Calibrate. The great thing about mixing these two, and this is when you're mixing chemicals together, is look at what the post, what you need to be doing after you've put it out. Does it need to be watered in? Does it need to stay on the leaf blade? Those types of things that you need to be considerate of whenever you're mixing chemicals. Are they compatible? If you're putting one thing in, needs water in immediate, like this Calibrate product and like this hydro holder, and you're putting out something else that needs to stay on the leaf blade, that ain't going to work. They may work together as far as, you want to do a jar test, and I will leave something for a jar test as far as compatibility, University of Arkansas. It's more than what I deal with in this video. I'm just talking about spray volume and giving you an example. But anyway, putting out this hydro holder and the aceleprant, both need to be watered in, both need to be off the leaf blade fairly quickly, down into the thatch and get them watered in. I got rain coming in. So anyway, this is sort of here's an option for you guys, and how to get that volume up if you're running up against products where you're having to put out all the spray volume. Let's talk about spray volume today, and let's get started. First thing I want to do whenever you're using one of these hose and adapters, I don't care if it's like a product like this BioAdvance product or this one, you need to get all the air out of your hose completely, because that is going to determine if you have air going through your hose as you're walking, it's not going to uptake the product out of here and throw it out the front. So we need to get all the air out of the hose. See, just that skipping is okay. See, still there, still there. Now we want to get a good stream going and leave that for a minute or two. Still there, still there, still there. Need to get all that out of there. So that way we have good pressure and good volume coming out of there. And that feels about right. Now, okay, got all the air out of the hose. Now I'm going to get the air out of the sprayer itself. See how well it's doing? I'm not getting any disruptions or anything else. It's going out real good. So I'm pretty happy with that. On this, what I'm wanting to do, as I said in the dial and spray calibration video, most products you will need about a gallon of spray volume. That's what's coming out of here per 1,000 square feet in order to get the proper coverage that you want. Now, the hydro holder and the acetylene product, which is what we're putting out today, they want 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet of spray volume, ideally. That is going to be very difficult to get with a backpack sprayer. You have 4 gallons, and that means every 2,000 square feet, you're going to be filling up that backpack sprayer. So, my gosh, if you got an 8,000 square foot yard, which is what we're doing today, you're going to have to fill out that backpack sprayer, what, 4 times? Is that the math? That is a lot of work. With this Ortho dial spray, I'm only going to do it twice. And it's going to be pretty convenient how I do it. Now, the other thing is about the hydro holder product. There again, this is a wetting agent that I'm trying out. You really need to put those out right before, and the acetylene product before rain. I got rain coming in. I hope I'm going to wait for I'm going to get everything ready to go. Make sure my radar is showing a good storm coming in. And this is going to need to be watered in for at least a half an inch of water. Also, they say on the hydro holder product, what you'll need to do is don't put it on in the afternoon. They say between 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., pardon me, and 5 p.m., don't want to put it out there because it'll evaporate off the leaf blade and won't get in. Unless you're putting it out while it rains. And I've done that. People think I'm batshit crazy, but I've been out, had a guy yell at me one time because he said I wasn't leaving the chemical on the leaf blade. So anyway, but I was putting out pre-emergent on a spray on a fairway, believe it or not, doing fairways. And I put on a rain jacket, off I went, and was spraying at the same time it was raining. It was raining. And that's the perfect time to do it. You can do this in the rain. I've got my rain jacket. You may see me later on doing this with my rain jacket on and letting that water in. Now, you need water in there, get about a half inch of water if you can. The reason why they say between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., they don't want to evaporate off. What I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to time how long it's going to take for this sprayer to fill up this bucket with 2 gallons of water. Then I'm going to take 6 feet. That is the width. If I hold this at my hip and keep it there at my hip, also you'll need to angle this slightly downward. I have tendency to pick that up. You want to make sure that this, I actually cut mine off so I can keep it a little straight, but you want to make sure that you are getting all of that volume because when you run down to the bottom, okay, it may not be going up through. You could add a colorant to this so that way you can see the coloring, but what I've done, I've tried that, and it takes a boatload of color in order to see it. But that is something else. You just want to make sure that the product is coming out. Now, what I'm wanting to do, I want to put it on the bird's mouth, okay? That's what I'm going to be spraying at. Of course, just water coming out of here. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to time how long it takes me to get 2 gallons of water out of this spray nozzle. And I've got a handy dandy bucket that's going to at least give my volume. Now, I got it on grass. I kind of did it so it looks good. I should actually have this on a flat surface, but that's fairly flat. So I am going to hit my, well, got to hit my thing. Try to hit both at the same time. Ready, go. Okay, 42 seconds. Now, with that 42 seconds, I am going to measure. I'm going to go around the moving van. My neighbor's moving van. Unfortunately, they're leaving. I'm going to measure 166 feet. Now, where do I get that? The width of spray on the Ortho dial spray is 6 feet. I'm going to take 1,000 divided by 6, and that gives me 166 feet. I need to walk that 166 feet in 42 seconds. That's it. And that's how you get to that volume of 2. So if you needed 3 gallons, you measure how much it takes you, have time to get you to 3 gallons per 1,000, or 4 gallons, or 5 gallons, or 6 gallons, or 100 gallons. And you measure in 166 feet. That's probably going to be true for most of you. I'm about 6 foot, and I keep it at my waist, and generally all these Ortho dial sprays. But believe it or not, there's actually a Scots one out there too. It's the same damn. They just stick our label on. It's the same thing. Ortho has one. Scott's had one the other day. Somebody showed me. I didn't realize that was Scott's had one. So if you have one that looks like this, it's likely the exact same doggone thing. They're probably made in out the same factory in China. Anyway, 166 feet, 42 seconds, going to give me 2 gallons, 1,000 square feet. Okay, I need roughly just a hair short, and I know there's 3 ounces in here because I already used 1 ounce of it. I need 3 ounces total of acelepryn because I'm doing a little less than 8,000 square feet. So I put all of that in there. Then I'm going to take the hydro holder and I'm going to fill it up with it too. So that's going to give me, and I'm going to be about 4 ounces short, which is about 30 ounces. And that is going to put me pretty much right on what I need with the hydro holder and the acelepryn all together. And then I'm going to take my leisurely time and walk my pace to 42 seconds to walk 166 feet. And that's how I'm going to put it out. I'm going to give this a really good shake. So these two actually blend together and mix together. And then that 2 gallons that's coming out of the sprayer per 1,000 square feet. This is, acelepryn is about the safest. Got a little leakage here. It's the safest grub control product on the market. They only require a long shirt. I probably did a little overkill with the gloves and the rain jacket, but I usually do. They don't require goggles, so I don't have goggles on. That's how safe it is. It doesn't even have a signal word on it. So I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go out. I'm going to put on my acelepryn and my wetting agent and hope that the radar is correct. In about an hour here, I'm going to get it watered in. Now, I forgot to mention, if I hadn't already, I'm going to set this on 4 ounces per 1,000 square feet because that's what the recommendation is for the hydro hold. And because I put 2 ounces of acelepryn in there, that is going to mix well and go out at the correct rate because I'm going to go ahead and treat the entire yard. As long as I get 3 ounces of acelepryn on this yard uniformly, I'm good to go. So that's a little trick that I've always done with tanks on golf courses. I had a 100-gallon sprayer, for example. I'd have in first gear on my truckster, I'd be putting out about a gallon per 1,000 square feet. They have kind of different gears. They have low gear, they have high gear. I'd go, that was in high 1, and then in low 3, I put out 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet. So that's how I just measured it on my pace, not changing the tank. Just the slower you go, the more volume you put out. So it's pretty easy if you do it that way. It's not that hard. As I say, it's not that complicated.
I like this 2 gallon per 1,000 pace. It's a good pace. So just give you guys a heads up if you think 1 gallon is too rushed for you. You can always do this. Just be sure the label says you can put it out that high. The other thing you can do is put this out in when it's dewy. And that way you can see exactly where you are. And that's what I used to do with fairways. I get up 4 o'clock in the morning at first light and be able to go out there and do the fairways, and I could see where I was. That made the overlap perfect.
So that's mixing acelepryn, your grub control, with a wetting agent, which I do recommend wetting agents. The H2O maximizer, I talked about my summer preparation video. That one's probably the one that I highly recommend. We're going to try this hydro holder this year. Wasn't crazy about the hydrotane, as I said, this year. So anyway, remember, as I always say, it's not that complicated. And what are we getting now? The heavens have opened up and watering everything in. As old Hannibal used to say,
I love it when a plan comes together.